San Diego's COVID recovery is in full swing. Bars and restaurants have been packed on weekends, and tourists are coming back to beachfront hotels. But in San Ysidro, it's been a different story. Sure, the state COVID protocols were lifted, but not the one that matters most. Cross-border travel restrictions still kept Tijuana shoppers away from San Ysidro stores. Jason Wells is the CEO of the San Ysidro Chamber of Commerce. He has a funny way of explaining what San Ysidro has been going through.
This is how I explain San Ysidro. It's as if the governor had told Little Italy, you could reopen, go back to your normal lives. And then the president of the United States came in and said, but the only people that can shop and eat in Little Italy are those that live in Little Italy. They wouldn't have survived, and we barely have.
Wells says the restrictions are inherently unfair. They protect large corporations at the expense of small businesses. That's because truckers and workers have been able to cross no problem, but shoppers haven't.
The low-hanging fruit were tourist visas. And unfortunately, in binational communities, that's what we depend on for our living and our quality of life, I will say, because of our family members that could or could not cross.
San Diego Councilwoman VIVAN Moreno agrees. She represents San Ysidro and sees this as an equity issue.
Border communities have long been disproportionately impacted by the closure of the San Ysidro port of entry, the biggest port of entry crossing of the world. Border closures devastated the small businesses in San Ysidro, depleted the regional economy in San Diego, and weakened the tourism industry's ability to make a comeback.
The numbers speak for themselves.
The San Ysidro Chamber of Commerce reports that since 2020, $1 billion in retail sales have been lost. Over 2,000 people lost their jobs. And over 200 businesses had to close permanently here in San Ysidro.
Olivia Campos owns Caroline Shoes. When the border opened Monday, she opened an hour early and even put goodie bags together for customers she hadn't seen in 20 months. But on day one, the border reopening didn't live up to the hype. We expected to see more people, she says. One theory behind the low numbers is long border wait times, or at least the fear of them. It only took about 15 minutes for people to walk across the border on Monday morning, but Customs and Border Protection told the public to expect longer wait times because of the reopening. So maybe people stayed home Monday to see how things play out. Kenya Samarripa is the Executive Director of International Business Affairs for the San Diego Regional Chamber of Commerce. Even with ongoing concerns over border wait times, reopening the border is a net positive, she says.
This is great news, especially for South County. Even with the border wait times, this is a new opportunity for them to reconnect with their consumer base, reconnect with their cross-border workers, and at least keep that sort of flow of tourism injected into the San Diego economy.
We've been waiting a very long time for this day. This is a great day for Tijuana, for San Diego, for our binational region. Let's give it up for reopening.
That was San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria. He joined dozens of politicians and political leaders from both sides of the border to celebrate the reopening. They spent months trying to convince Washington, D.C. to lift the ban. One ray of hope from this whole ordeal is that local leaders now have a roadmap of how to get the federal government to care about border issues.
What we have done today should be a template going forward to drive positive change in this border region. You'll know that for the last 5+ years, it seems as though the border is something bad. Everyone up here knows the border is an asset in Tijuana, in San Diego, in Baja California, and in California. This is a difference maker. It gives us an edge in the global economy. It improves our quality of life. It makes us a better region.
Gustavo Solis, KPBS News.